Okay, dookie. Make some gold ones. One of these. Roll paint them. And what I'm making today is some wax seals. Now, if you've seen other channels where they make wax seals, they have a wax kit, a little burner, and the whole business. I've figured out a way of doing it where I don't have to have all that rigmarole. It is literally just a hot glue gun, some glue sticks, and a piece of glass. And of course, you want something to be able to press into the wax. Whoops. Now I've got 3 different ones here. One was gifted to me, one I bought, and the other one came in a kit that had like the whole wax and burner and all that stuff that it just becomes so messy. And you've got to have a candle burning and all this, and it just gets to be a little much. So I do it this way, and it works great. This one has moon and constellations, and this one has mountains with moon and stars over it. Kind of generic, and then this one is a fleur-de-lis. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, so I'm going to show you how I do this. It's pretty simple. You take your hot glue gun, make sure it's got a glue stick in it, make sure it's hot. And if it's not hot enough yet, okay, we'll just wait. We can wait. But I've made some in the past, and I've used them up already in my junk journals. So I am going to, I'm making some more. And I'm just going to make them like a gold, this using this Sennelier, I cannot pronounce that word. It's just a 3D liner in gold, but it's such a pretty gold. It's kind of like an antique gold that's what I want my seals to look like. So once you have pressed them and they've cooled and everything, you can take some paint, and because the glue is clear, so it kind of looks a little weird. So that's why we paint them, and you can paint them any color you want. I'm just happen to be using um, gold. So I might use another color if I can find one. I think I've got some other colors. I might use some of these. This red that comes in here actually looks like the original wax that you use. It's like a nice deep red. So I might make some of those as well. And let's see. I don't think I need anything else. I don't think I need any other colors. I probably wouldn't use any other colors besides red and gold. That's just, I'm kind of bland that way. People who have those little wax burner kits, you can buy those wax pellets in all types of colors, and they'll mix them in different colors so the wax swirls and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty. It just looks like a lot of work. So, is the hot glue gun ready yet? Kind of, sort of. You just get a good amount of hot glue out there. And you take one of your smishers and press it. You can't just let it sit. You have to press it. So, because they're not quite strong enough to get down through the glue. And see, this this is one of those little bitty glue guns, and you go through the glue pretty quickly in these. If it was one of the bigger ones that has the big sticks, they last a lot longer. What's up, Dad? I'm live right now. What's going on? Say what? Oh, okay. Well, I just started. Oh, okay. My father telling me it's dinner time. I had no idea. If you can see how this is working here, I've got glue strings everywhere. I need to get rid of those. But you just press it down so the glue pops out around the edges. Now I can turn this so you can see it. See how they got like a little bit of glue sticking out around the edges? That's what you want. So then what we're going to do is once they're dry, you just pull those off and no worse to wear. They're perfectly fine. And this one's still, oh, it could be done. Yep, it was done. So now you have this. I don't know if you can see. Let me bring the camera down. Okay, so now we have this. And it's just clear glue on glass, which we use the glass because these will peel off of the glass like a rubber stopper. And there we have a fake wax seal. Now, once you've done enough of these, you can just line them all up and paint them whatever color you want. And it's a lot. Now, I do, however, know that you can buy, see, look at that. Awesome. You can actually buy colored glue sticks for your glue gun, which, trust me, I'd love to try some of that. I think I have some on my Amazon wish list, if I'm not mistaken. So, but yeah, I'm just going to continue making some of these. And being that I have 3 of these stamps, these metal things, um, it makes it a lot easier to make several at a time, which is awesome. And these just come out so gorgeous. And let me make just a few more. Come on, off of there. I will show you what they look like when you're done painting them and everything. And then what they look like with like a little bit of ribbon underneath them, they are just absolutely adorable. They look so, so good. And they look actually very realistic. There we go. I think I'll just make a few more once this set is done. I'm already being called for dinner. So let me get this on here. Whoops, wait a minute. We still gotta pull these off. And then the last time I made some wax seals. Oh, thank goodness, all these little wax stringy things. Um, I had buttons, which you can use buttons. I had some metal buttons that really came out cool. Um, and some necklaces and things like that that you can make the impression with. But then I got these and I was like, oh yes, these are nice. So here we go. Here's another set. I like the little ones too. But the big ones, I've never had anything larger than this one. So it was kind of like, I wanted something bigger. And when I found those on Amazon, I was like, oh my gosh, they are so pretty. I liked them because they were also kind of a generic. They didn't have, you can get them where they have like initials in them and all, but I wanted something generic, kind of like this fleur-de-lis, which even the fleur-de-lis wasn't as generic as I wanted because it's got, it's a French design, and not all my journals have French, you know, they're not all French. In fact, I don't think I've done a French journal yet. Whoops, come on. So, making a few more. Get in there. There we go. You just pump out some into a glob, basically. And then stick that on. Look at this string. Doesn't not want to. Okay. And it's literally just. I mean, it's a good sized glob of glue. Don't get me wrong. But you have to make sure that this has plenty of glue under it and that it doesn't go all the way to the glass. That's something else you don't want it to do. Because if it goes all the way to the glass, you're going to put holes in the stamp, the wax seal. And you don't want that. That would not be good. I'm just making little wax strings everywhere. Okay. Goodness, let me get rid of all these strings. And unplug this. Okay. Okay. Unplug that. I want these. Let that cool down before I go and put it away. Put the glue sticks away. Alrighty. Let's take these off. These are just, once they're painted, they just look so awesome. I had like a whole bag of them from the last time I made them with like the necklaces and stuff. And they lasted me a good long while, and I didn't even have this many. So this will last me for quite a while. Alrighty, let's put that away. Alright, piece of paper. Alrighty. So now we're gonna take our stamps, lay them out on a piece of paper. If they got little strings and stuff on, you want to take those little strings off and not have them sticking around because that just gets bothersome. They kind of get in the way and they don't look very nice. So there we go. Awesome. Okay. We got our fleur-de-lis over there. We've got our moon and constellations. Where's all the constellation? There's mountain, constellation, mountain. Okay, there we go. Kind of hard to differentiate between the two. They all look very similar. I need paper towel. I'm just going to get my metal palette out here really quick. And let's paint a few of these. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squirt out some paint here. Doesn't take a lot. I'll back out just, or bring this in. Away. Alright, and like I said, I'm just putting some gold paint out. And this is, like I said, it has a very antique-y look to it. And I'm going to get some of this red. don't even need that much, but it came out that way. Now, sometimes you have to give these not just one coat, but you have to go 2 coats, which is, it doesn't take long, so it's not that big a deal. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of my gold paint here. And you just hold them down. And if you don't want to get your fingers all nasty, you can just hold them down with a pair of tweezers, or you can even hold them up with a pair of tweezers. I mean, it doesn't matter. And it is easier if they're sitting down. And because this is acrylic, it dries really fast. So you can do one coat, come back, and do a second coat almost immediately. I'm going to make 2 gold and 1 red of each. I should have made it like a 4th set, and then I had 2 of each, but eh. I think with my last set also, I painted some gold and then added gold. I mean, painted them red and then added gold accents so that the center stood out. I also had some purple ones and a few different colored ones. But like I said, I have used them in the journals I've been making. And I needed some more. So I thought, what the heck, I'll just turn my camera on and show people how I do this again. And do it live. That way they can ask questions if they need to. But I also needed to prepare for next Friday because I'm going to be working on the junk journal again next Friday live. And I needed stuff. Oh, I was supposed to paint that red. Oh well. No big deal. I get into a groove and just keep going. But yeah, they do take 2 coats. Unless you put on just one really thick coat, but then I think you lose some of the definition in the picture. In the little picture in the center, so we don't want to do that. So we can put 1 coat on. We'll paint the others red, and then come back and do a second coat of gold. Because by that time they'll be dry. Okay, so that's the gold. Let's paint some red. I think the red's a little more opaque, so it doesn't take as much to there we go. See how that's looking? It looks like a real gold seal, or wax seal, because most of the old wax seals were done in a red wax. I don't know why, but the originals were done in red. I don't know if that's the only kind of wax they had, or it was a special wax they used that had something in it that made it red. I don't know. But maybe that's something we all should everybody go look it up on Google. Why is wax seals red? Yeah. I can just go over this gold with the red. And then when they dry, I'll show you what they look like when we put them with some ribbon. If you hear that strange sound, it's raining outside to beat the band. It is really coming down. We had thunder and lightning and the works. So there we go. That looks good. Now, like I said, to bring that picture out, we can do like a secondary color, but everything has to be dry first, completely dry, in order for you to be able to just like dry brush over them so that you can see the picture. He's got all pooped up. Alrighty. Now we can go back to this one and start over with the gold. And some golds are, I think, more opaque than others. I really do believe that. And if you have to mix your gold with a little bit of white to make it more opaque, then by all means, that is a good idea. And see how that looks different than the others? I don't know if you can see it. See, it's a lot more gold than the others. The others still have little, like where it's shining through, the wax is not completely covered. Hey, Mel, what's it doing, girl? How you? You're just gonna come in and scream my name. Okay. It's nice to have somebody here to talk to. Instead of me just sitting here talking to myself. Ah, come on, get in there. I don't think some of these were dry. Oh. Yeah, so far so good, girl. Just saw you were live and thought I would pop in. I'm so glad you did. I am so glad you did. Nothing's worse than streaming and no one's talking to you. It's like, why isn't anybody here talking to me? I think I might dry brush a black over this. I'm not sure. Not quite sure yet. I know. Been busy. You've been busy, busy, busy. I've been keeping track of you on Discord. I've just been seeing how busy you've been with getting your studio set up again and all that. Busy, busy lady. Those look awesome. Yeah, I mean, just like a little bit of black over the gold and then use a little bit of gold over the red, I think. You need to give these red ones a second coat because they're a little weak in places. I do love this red though. It is such a pretty red. And it looks really good. I think that the red's gonna look fabulous with the gold on top. I really do. Thank you. We'll see if it works. Hey, you gotta take a day off once in a while, honey. You can't work yourself to death. My goodness. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna need a little bit of more gold because I ran through that whole glob of gold already. Come on. Just a little damage. And see, black. Get just a little bit black. Well, I don't need to get black out of here. I'm gonna get my other black out, and it's shiny. Yeah, it's Liquitex Basics in black. Your basic black, and just a little blob. And let's see, we're gonna have to wait for them to dry. But what I'm gonna do, where are you? Oh goodness! So I made. Let me back the camera out a little bit so you can see this. I made what's called a snippet roll, which isn't it pretty? And what you can do is you just like cut off pieces as you need it to use as just like embellishments in journals and stuff, right? Well, I thought maybe I'll make some little, collage pieces with these with a ribbon on it. And I thought, man, I'll just use my snippet roll. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Let's see. Now, I don't think this is dry yet. Nope, it's not. Eh, get off of there. All right, I'm gonna have to let these really dry because they're not dry. So, well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's the first time I've ever made a snippet roll. And what's interesting is that most ladies will have like they'll just take pieces like long strips of paper and glue the ends together to make it super long. This is what I used. It's from a calculator, an old calculator that prints out stuff, and it's this beautiful like aged color because it's old. I mean, super old. So that is what I used. I just rolled out a big piece of it, snipped it off, and just started collaging it from one end to the other until I was like pretty much finished for the night. Snipped it off, but I can still add that piece onto some more of it and just keep going. And I have this roll and probably two more other rolls that I can snag from my father. But I thought, man, that's the perfect width. It's a nice thickness. It's not too thin, it's not too thick. So, yeah, it's old school. Very old school. But yeah, I thought, what better way to use this up than make a snippet roll? So yeah, I'm just full of art hacks these days. Yeah, we still have the calculator that it goes in. We just have no use for it. So I'm just snagging the paper for him because it's just sitting around, not doing anything. That's the whole point of junk journaling, anyways, to recycle stuff, you know? So it's not just sitting around. Tomorrow I've got a new video coming out because I've got some announcements that have to do with my channel and my Etsy shop. Not so much the channel. Well, yeah, the channel and my Etsy shop. Oh, really? Your mom was an accountant. Nice. I took accounting in high school, had straight A's. I'm actually very good at accounting. I also worked for some hotels as a night auditor, which you got to be really good at 10 key when you're a night auditor because you've got so many receipts and all that stuff to deal with. It's just crazy. So, come on, guys, try. You still look wet. And that's a wet brush. We don't want a wet brush. We want a dry brush. Trying to find that. Well, that won't work. Come here, you. Yeah, it comes out tomorrow at 9. I think, yeah, I have it up for 9 a.m. So, and I went live last night, and I'm gonna be going live every Friday, um, evening around 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So, you're not much of a math person. You were into art and science. I was always into art and science, and I'm reasonably sure that if you're into the arts and science and music and all those extracurriculars, not so much science, but art and music, that math is like a necessary. You know, it really is. I'm no good at, and this is what's strange. I can do like trigonometry, but I don't know my times tables. Go figure. It's kind of strange. That is still wet. Ugh. I don't know if that one is dry yet or not. This is the only crappy part about this. Oh yeah, I was in choir. I took choir. I started out in drama, but my drama teacher was a real ass, to be perfectly blunt. I didn't go to a very good school, let me just put it to you that way. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see how that's looking with the fleur-de-lis? It just kind of makes it look like it's dirty, which is what you want. You don't want it to look pristine, you know. And let's see. See if I can get that gold onto that red one. There we go. You see how that looks? It's got like a sheen to it. So that's two that are done. I think I'm going to go ahead and use my finger instead because it just seems to be working out better with the finger instead of the brush. I'm going to have to repaint that one. The gold came off. The gold does not normally come off of these. Yeah, I really like the gold on the red too. It looks really good. I am making a mess of my hands. Ugh. See how the red's coming off? Because it's down in the little divots. I really need to let these dry better. Well, you can go over these as many times as you want. And if you want to use a sealer, you can use a sealer on them as well, too, because that way it doesn't come off. I like that one. That came out pretty cool. Girl, if you aren't making a mess while doing art, you aren't doing it right. Ain't that the truth? Well, then I'm a messy, messy girl. Because that's all I do is make a mess. I don't know if you can strew it as art or not. Just a mess. Just a mess. Just a big hot mess. So I think you can kind of get the gist of what's going on here. It's not that difficult. Oh, that one looks cool. Oh, I love that one. Yeah. Once these are completely dry, they're just like very resilient. Not like what they're looking like right now. Right? That is so true. Wearing white clothing as an artist is just not a great idea. I think the worst thing I do to myself is I will paint my nails and have, they'll be glossy, beautiful looking, and I'll go, "Oh, I need to work on that junk journal," which means I have to work with glue, and it turns into a disaster. My nails look like garbage like 2 seconds after I start messing around with glue. There we go. Alrighty. Well, let me see if I can't dig out a little bit of ribbon. And I didn't have to go far. I've got ribbon. Okay, so once you've got these all painted, let me see if I can show you a kind of close up. There we go. See how cool they look? They look really awesome, huh? Okay, we're just gonna let those sit there and dry for a little bit. And I'm going to snip off some ribbon. And I have to get out the glue. So, Fabri-Tac. And we're going to snip off or tear off a piece of the snippet roll that I made. And I'm just going to go with this down here. Yeah. Do we want to rip it? I don't want to cut it because then it's just too jaggedy looking. You just tear off a piece you need, like so. Now this would be just considered a snippet. Okay, and then, which I love how it has all the different looks to it. It's like different layers, and I just love making them. I've got some places that need to be glued down. They didn't stay glued. I was only using a glue stick anyway. Okay. Now, we're just going to take a piece of ribbon, and this isn't, I don't know, this kind of ribbon this is organza, so it's kind of see-through, and it's a peach color, which looks good. We don't need a very big piece. I think I would use something that's not as see-through. But you take it, fold it in half. Well, first, before we fold it in half, we're going to fold it this way. And the folded side, I'm going to cut from the corner up. And it makes a cute little, see that? Isn't that cool? That's how that's done. I did them a couple days ago, thank God. So they're already kind of wearing out. Alrighty. I don't know where that other one, there it is. Okay, so now we've got the two ends like that. I'm going to fold it over and make it like that. And then I'm going to find some place on here that I think it would look good. I'm going to put it here. I know, I do too. I think it's beautiful. My mom got it for me, I think at Walmart. I think. And I'm just going to lay this down. And then try and get that glue to come through a little bit. You actually want that. And then glue, 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 glue. And I think I'm going to use one of the gold ones. Stay down. Which one? One with the constellations on it. Wait for that to grab. Takes a few seconds because it's so humid here. Nothing wants to dry the way it normally does. Especially when it's raining out. It's just, ugh. I know I'm rushing this and I shouldn't, but that is how they look. And it'll be flat once it's completely glued down. But that's how it looks. And you can just put that anywhere in a journal, like on a corner of a page or something like that. You can add flowers to it, you can add whatever else you wanted to it. So there we go. So yeah, wax seals on little snippets. Oh, yeah, mine is got a mind of its own. My hair is just, it's curly all the time anyway, but then when it's humid, it just takes on a life of its own. Aw, thank you. Yeah, I love making these. Look at this. See, this other end is lifting. I need to glue that down too. Whip out the glue. Just want to make sure everything's all glued down. You don't want anything lifting. There we go. All better. But isn't that cute? And they're so easy to make. They really are. I mean, you can see how long this took. This didn't take me very long at all. And I mean, I just need to let them dry. And then I can go over with a glaze or something, you know. So to make sure, I mean, I can still glaze that one too, even though I've glued it down already. But yeah, they're fun to make, and they look so adorable in journals. They really do give it, but extra thing. I have one other I wanted to show you. Where are you? Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Here is what there's an envelope I made. Okay. Just close it up. And then when you close that top flap, you can put a seal right here. Let me show you. There we go. Now you can actually see. That's where you would put a wax seal like on an envelope. So, but yeah, let me show you what it would look like. And I guess we use don't want to put envelope in any paint. But here's an envelope, and then you could take one of these seals and put it there with the two ribbons hanging out. It would look amazing. But that's what they're originally. I know, isn't this gorgeous paper? This was from some Christmas paper that my father picked up for me at Walmart at Christmas time, and because I was making tags and all sorts of stuff, and I needed something unusual, and he just saw it, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so gorgeous! I have to have it." So he brought it home to me, and I was like, "Oh my God, it is gorgeous!" And it's actually handmade paper, and I was like, "At Walmart, really?" And I had run out because I made a wedding album uh, for my cousin's son because he's getting married in like a month. Less than a month now. Holy cow. And I made a beautiful wedding. I have a video up for that too. But you can go look at that because it really came out cool. But these were the pockets I was making, and none of them came out the same size, which was so strange. I couldn't figure out why. And then I realized that my envelope maker broke. So and then it completely broke. Part of it popped off, and everything was a mess. But this is one of the pockets I had made that wasn't the right size. But yeah, you could put that little wax seal right there with some ribbon hanging off of it or some string or something. And what's neat is that you can put it below the flap and actually use that to hold the envelope shut. Now I have done that in the past, and it works out really cool, and it looks nice. But yeah, isn't that beautiful paper? And I have to make another wedding album. And I've got so much stuff on my plate. It's just ridiculous. I have so many crafts and arts and stuff going on right now. It's like I told my dad the other day. I said, I feel when I sit at my desk, I feel like there's gonna be an avalanche of paper just gonna smother me at my desk because everything's piled up around me. But yep, there we go. There's my little wax seals. I hope you like them and you learned something. So, oh yeah, for sure. That's how it always goes. You need that paper. Well, like I said, they have it at Walmart. Let me show you the packaging because I have some right here. I have the. He bought me another one, and they are handmade. And you have 24 sheets, 100% recycled cotton, 12 by 12, and this is all the different patterns that comes in. Aren't they gorgeous? This one with the roses is my absolute favorite, and that's what I used um, in the wedding album. But I use these to make cards and pockets, and they just they're so and they feel amazing when you feel them. They feel like fabric. They don't feel like paper or plastic or anything like that. They feel like fabric, and I love them. But yeah, I guess I'm missing out on my dinner now because so I am gonna go ahead and get off here, and I might be back later. I might be back later. So, well, thank you, honey. Yeah, it is beautiful paper. If you can pick yourself up some at Walmart, go to the craft section, back there, and they've got it there. So, yeah, everyone should get that package of paper because it's just amazing, and all the different textures and everything is just amazing, amazingly beautiful. So, I appreciate you coming by, Mel. Thank you for coming and talking to me. You're such a sweetheart. And if you're watching this as a replay, I hope you got something out of this. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye, Mel.